Hello ladies and gentlemen, Caliber here doing another weapon concepts video, episode 2. Today we are doing the medic. So a brief heads up, all of these items that you're going to be seeing on the screen aren't made by me, they're made by professional SFM artists and content creators for the game TF2. All of their work is in order and listed with the appropriate names down below in the description. So if you want to go check it out and you want to leave them a like so you can potentially see these items in game, then go and click the links in the description and go see these users' works, because some of it is amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, on with the video. So I'm thinking a primary weapon for the medic. You know, it's got nothing really good going through, it's got nothing amazing. This, my friends, is the Spritzer. Now the Spritzer is it is made by a user called Orko. Orko, you know, is quite talented. Unfortunately on his page he hasn't provided many images, there's only 3 and they're not very detailed, but the weapon itself looks ace. It's kind of a blend between, I don't know what you call it, the Overdose and the Blitzstorm, if you guess, but it does genuinely look really cool. So what I'm thinking here, deals mini crits to overheal targets. So the idea here is that you see a heavy that's overhealed by a medic, he's not revved up yet, pull this out, shoot him to remove his overheal, which will annoy the medic, and you'll also deal damage right after, and then your heavy can come in and rain hell on him. You know, this heavy that does not have an overheal, whilst yours potentially could have an overheal, and he'd win the fight, assuming his minigun isn't one of these weird ones that has, you know, slower, like the brass beast and all that shit. It also deals 30% more damage, so you would lower the heavy a little bit, but you know, you're still a walking sponge, or not a sponge, you know, what do you call a figure skater. You know, it just snap you in half instantly. So you go and switch back. Oh no, minus 20% slower switch speed and minus 30% clip size. So you can't just rain a whole clip into this heavy. You're not going to deal that much damage. In fact, the damage in the clip pretty much balances out, but the switch speed means you can't just, oh no, we're probably going to lose this fight, what should I do? Oh yeah, let's just swap out to this and swap out to that. You wouldn't do that because it's 20% slower. 20% isn't big compared to some of the debuffs with speed switching, but it's enough for a medic not to want to do that, especially when it's very quick switch. I really like the design here. I can really imagine it being used by very aggressive medics. It's quite an aggressive play style, especially if you're running soldiers, you know, 6s. I could see it being very useful, and in general I think it's quite a balanced weapon. Onto the secondary. Okay, so secondary, this is called the Blitzstorm, and I'm not able to give you the creators yet. The list is, or the creators at the end of this one. Just bear with me. So this awesome piece of work, it would be a weapon that does fully heals a teammate in 4 seconds. 4 seconds is incredibly short, especially when you could have a heavy on 1 health and use full health in 4 seconds. Plus 25 health to you as the medic, so very aggressive. You know, you got more health, you can sponge more damage, which one of the things that makes me not like medic is the fact that, you know, this, you know, just be slightly too little health to be able to survive some things. The Uber does not do an Uber, it's not a crit streak, it's a 70% damage resistant, which is still very handy. I've maybe even say 60% damage resistance. I don't know, I think it'd be very interesting to see in game, you know, how it'd play out. You couldn't just storm into a nest, but you would be able to sponge a lot of the nest damage with it being 60 to 70% that. And you'd also you would charge 50% faster, which is only slightly noticeable, but it's enough. You can't overheal, meaning you wouldn't be able to buff your players up, which is kind of a counter to the Spritzer, I guess, seeing that it wouldn't be able to be countered by the Spritzer, but you'd be able to heal them up pretty quickly. I don't know if I mentioned it's called the Blitzstorm as well, this model. On another negative side, it can only fully charge a player on your team after 5-second cooldown between them receiving 1 load of health between the nets. So essentially you'd heal someone and then the chain would disconnect from them for 5 seconds, which makes it a whole lot easier for, say, your I don't know, there's a big group of you, and you shouldn't group together in TF2, there's a thing called spacing. but you know, say you want to heal a certain target and you keep connecting to the wrong person, because mediguns do that for some stupid reason, eventually you would get down to, and you wouldn't be over healing people because it won't connect to them because they've already healed them in 5 seconds, within those 5 seconds are on cooldown. So this particular weapon is made by Texman, JPRAS, KO Fanatic, Metabolic and Jukebox. And it is actually made, as you can see in the image that would have been on your screen, is made for the Iron Gauntlet update, which, you know, it's still not confirmed, but it's definitely the potential's there for it to be out. And genuinely really pleased with the model here. I think it's amazing. All of the guys or girls, I don't know the gender of these people, that worked on it really have outdone themselves. However, I must comment, they want to make it a replacement for the quick fix, like a reskin, which is more likely in this day and age with TF2. The likelihood they add a reskin is a lot higher than them adding a new weapon, because it's just more balancing. We've got so many crap weapons in the game, it is unreal. And yeah, it's, you know, it might get in as that, but hopefully not, and it becomes my concept, and yay. Okay, so now moving on to the last weapon. Very briefly, I should have probably just mentioned this. The Blitzstorm, I know I'm addicted to it, does actually have custom particle effects and custom animations in the custom backpack. It's all custom stuff. Please do give them a like, they have earned it. Melee, now, melee's a tough one, because no one runs melee with medic. Well, they do, but not without thinking about it. You're either running Ubersaw or Bonesaw. That's it. No one runs anything else. So I'm trying to put a rest to that now. So this is called the Vein Drain, and this is by Sage, J Fox and Dragara. I apologise if I butchered your names there. I probably shouldn't have. So it's very simple. You get a 20% health on hit, very similar to the Ubersaw. You hit someone, you get 20% of your health back, or 25% of your health back. And you also have a bleed effect on that person for 10 seconds on hit. So it's very similar to the Boston Basher now. Now here's where I really like it. You would lose 20% of your health, or 25%, I don't know here, if you miss a hit. And also if you miss a hit, you would bleed for 5 seconds. Not quite 10, because in 5 seconds you could have got a health kit almost instantly, because 5 seconds and 10 seconds, you know, it's half. So the likelihood that you can pick up health in that time is likely. So, you know, you do lose if you miss out, but not as much as if you hit. Say if you hit someone once and then you miss, you're not going to instantly die, because you could potentially get into a second hit and still make it. So yeah, that's kind of all of the concept for the Vein Drain. I think that'd be really interesting, very aggressive, especially from, say, these scenarios where you're the medic, whoever you've been partnered up with has buggered off, which is really common, or you're in general you're just alone and you come across, say, a soldier's rocket jump to the back of bad water you need to deal with, and this weapon's perfect. It's just very aggressive, and yeah, there's no debuffs on the damage as well. It's just straight up damage, but with the effect of bleeding and 20% health on hit, so you can keep on kicking some ass. So now onto the model made by these two fine individuals. Now it's available as a mod, which is very cool. You can actually have it instead of the Ubersaw right now, because it's a reskin essentially is how they're looking at it. It has custom animations for the vial filling up, because it works on the basis of a syringe, which is really cool. In general, it just looks so badass, the way that it actually fills the needle up. It literally, if you go on the link in the description and have a look at it, it's the third image they have uploaded. It's an animation of how it gradually fills up, and it just looks so cool. So definitely do give them a look. So that's kind of it for this one, guys. I decided to do medic because, you know, it's so underdone. No one ever does a medic, and it's really sad. Please do rate, comment, subscribe, and do, as I say, check out all these people and all their fantastic work in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed my editing journey throughout this video, as I've been trying to experiment with editing and getting slightly better with it. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, my friends.